Uphill Both Ways Mother Liquor. By the way, that is a hell of a username. Asked to tell about the best day of my life, and man, I gotta tell you, that's a tough one. I've had some really amazing days, and narrowing it down to just one is pretty tricky, but if I had to pick one, I'm gonna go with the day that I got officially adopted into a troop of monkeys. Now, I know what you're thinking, I can see that face right through the camera, but this is a good story, hear me out. Okay, so, for about 3 years, give or take, I was working at the National Institutes of Health in their comparative ethology labs, doing behavioral studies with rhesus monkeys. One of those things involved, we were testing out a new folding perch for them. You see, there's very specific requirements for what kind of things a monkey has to have and have access to for it to be considered, humane and acceptable and all that. And one of those things is, regardless of what kind of monkey it is, even if it's the sort of thing that never takes its butt off the ground ever, it's got to have something to sit on. So we were trying to develop a new kind of perch for them to sit on, and that meant research. That meant building prototypes and having a whole bunch of monkeys test them out. And the room that we were doing this in was narrow. There was not a lot of space between the monkey cages and the researcher observing the monkeys. In fact, they could and frequently would reach out and grab you. Now, that had led to all sorts of interesting things, but this one particular thing was shortly after I had gotten into, let's call it an argument with one of the monkeys, which is a story for a whole nother time, and it was a dominant scuffle, really. And anyway, so I was sitting there minding my own business, observing the monkeys, when I felt a picking at my left shoulder. And again, I didn't think much of it at first, because, we were basically furniture for the monkeys as far as they were concerned. But this was a very repetitive picking in the same spot, and then it moved a little bit, and I thought, that's unusual. Normally I'd be trying to, yank my clean suit into the cage and eat it or something, but this is not that. So I kinda, I looked over my shoulder, and I saw the monkey was just steadily picking away at it, and I realized I was being groomed. I had officially been accepted into the troop, and I was being treated as a monkey by one of the other monkeys, and that was just the best day, man. I had the biggest smile on my face the whole rest of the afternoon. I was one of the group.